Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use your snail mucin and hyaluronic acid serum. Now they can be used in the same routine daily in the morning and or evening, as they help to hydrate the skin, give you a temporary plumping effect as well as a nice glow. And they can be used on all skin types, but if you want to use them on their own, then it's a great combination if you have normal to oily skin, because it helps to hydrate the skin, feels very lightweight, non-greasy, non-heavy on the skin when doing the application. And so at first I would like to go over some example skincare routines, and then I want to share with you the application later on. So here you can see an example of a morning skincare routine, starting off with the first step, which is washing your face using your favorite cleanser, ideally suitable for your skin type. And so what you have to understand is that while washing your face, your skin is able to absorb some water, making the skin damp. So once you have properly rinsed off the cleanser from the skin, you take a clean towel, pat all over to remove the excess water drops from the skin surface. So you want to avoid applying your skincare products to wet skin. You want to apply them to damp or dry skin. So damp skin does not look any different than dry skin when just looking on the skin surface. There aren't any water drops because your skin has already absorbed some water while washing your face. So what refers to damp skin is that you have like a few minutes of like a window in between where you can say that you have where your skin remains damp. And this is the time period where you can apply your skincare products. So you wash your face, and then immediately move on to the application of your snail essence, and then later on hyaluronic acid, or the other way around. So your snail essence and hyaluronic acid can sometimes have a very similar texture, therefore the order of application can be in any order basically. Just test it and see what works best for you. And then after that, during daytime to protect the skin, you're going to follow with sunscreen. As for the evening skincare routine, it can look pretty much the same just without your sunscreen step, but the cleansing step may change depending on the sunscreen and or makeup that you have worn throughout the day. Now, if you can take everything properly off with your regular cleanser, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, exchange it to an oil or balm cleanser to properly take it off the skin. Either use that one on its own, or you may want to do a double cleanse. And so there you have it for your example morning and evening skincare routine. Now those are examples that I have prepared for you in a PowerPoint. So if you want to go over it in your own time, as well as want to see a more in-depth sunscreen guide, general skincare tips guide, and this like proper description of the products that I have picked, you will find everything in the entire PowerPoint, which I'm going to leave in the description box down below. And now we are going to put this morning skincare routine into practice. So I have this set up right here, and we're going to get started with the cleansing step. Now I want to include and share with you how you can properly wash your face, because first of all, it's the first step, so why should you skip it? Second of all, many people are thinking that it's not important, when in fact it is the most essential step. Make sure to properly take off any excess oil, dirt, sweat from the skin in the evening, even your sunscreen and or makeup. This is so crucial. Don't forget this step, and then move on to the next steps that follow. So as an example, I'm going to use Cetaphil's Daily Facial Cleanser, which is suitable for combination to oily skin. And so when picking your cleanser, make sure that you're going to read on the packaging on how you should use it, since the directions may change depending on the cleanser that you have. And you can wash your face above the sink or in the shower. If you're going to work with water, use ideally lukewarm water to warm water, so it feels comfortable on the skin, that you can properly massage your cleanser all over and then later on take it off. When washing your face above the sink, I always like to recommend working with a soft, clean microfiber washcloth. Those are extremely gentle on the skin. Wet them in between, squeeze them out, and use them to help you to remove any last traces of your cleanser, sunscreen, and or makeup that you may have missed, because your hands may not be able to get everything properly off the skin. So that's a great tip that I want to share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. So now remember to properly pad off any excess water from the skin surface. So once you're done with your cleansing step, your skin is still damp. Now it's the time to immediately move on to the next step. This can be either your snail essence and then hyaluronic acid, or the other way around. In this example, I'm going to use the snail essence at first. So that one has a pump, so go with about 1 to 2 pumps for your face and neck to apply it evenly and thinly all over, avoiding your eyelids and lips. And when doing the application, in general, do not overdo it. You do not want to coat it on like a thick layer. It should be able to absorb into the skin before moving on to the next step. So once you have applied it all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now, if your essence or maybe your hyaluronic acid serum should foam up while you're going to blend it all over, don't panic, that's normal. And so now give it about 30 seconds to a minute so it can absorb into the skin before moving on to the next step. Now, in between your snail essence and hyaluronic acid, or the other way around, it does not matter. You do not need to wet your face again. You do not need to mist your face with water or whatsoever. That's not necessary. Your skin was damp while you have applied your first product, and the products themselves contain already water. So there's no need to add additional water to the skin. Just make sure they can properly absorb into the skin and then head into the next step so that you won't come across any layering issues, such as that it feels uncomfortable and smeary on the skin, maybe even tight or dry feeling, or it could even happen that you may then come across pilling, especially then when later on moving on to your sunscreen step. So as an example, I'm going to use the ordinary hyaluronic acid serum. In general, use between 3 to 5 drops for your face and neck. If you should have an hyaluronic acid that comes with a pump, use between 1 to 2 pumps. This should be more than enough to cover your entire face and neck. And so you can apply it either with the palm of your hand, fingertips, or immediately dispense the drops to your face and then start blending it all over. So, and once you have applied it evenly all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. If this is going to be your evening skincare routine, you can stop right here, and then there you have it. As for your morning skincare routine, remember to apply sunscreen if you have sun exposure, and then your sunscreen is going to be your last step in your skincare routine. So as an example, I have right here NIOD Survivor 30. So apply your sunscreen 10 to 15 minutes before sun exposure, and use about half a teaspoon to evenly apply it all over your face, neck, as well as your ears. If you want to include your décolletage, go with about 1 teaspoon. This amount can change depending on how large the area may be. This is just an overall general guide so that you have an idea of how you can get started. And so I'm going to keep my main focus now on my face, neck and ears. And I have half a teaspoon right here. So depending on your sunscreen, give it a good shake and then apply it to the skin. So, and now apply it evenly all over, including your eyes. And depending on the sunscreen that you have, if you should come across sensitivity around your eyes, either leave it out, wear sunglasses instead, or change to a different sunscreen. So, and once you've applied it all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And then this would be an example morning skincare routine. And so this is what I wanted to share with you on how you can use your snail mucin as well as your hyaluronic acid serum, how you can properly apply them, what you have to be aware of when doing the application so that you do not confuse it and that everything layers properly. Now I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And if you don't want to learn more about skincare, I'm going to leave some of the videos at the end of this video. Otherwise, feel free to check out my YouTube channel for more content. And I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.